Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Welcome to Morning Coffee with Mike. We're still working through the questions that you guys submitted just the other day. Today, we're going to talk about taking profits early and not letting them run. Taking profits early and not letting them run. Let me know if this is a problem that you've experienced. And let me know if this is something that you're going through right now. Type into the chat if you have a problem with allowing profits to run and taking profits way too early. This is common for a lot of people. And so I wanted to spend this morning coffee with Mike going through that specific problem because it's multifaceted, and there's several ways to dissect this problem here. So I wrote up some notes I prepared today, and let's go through some of the common reasons why people have trouble with letting profits run. So the first set of reasons are related to fear. Now, fear in and of itself is an interesting thing, because sometimes, when you hear the word fear, people automatically have negative associations with fear. However, if you have a kid, right, is the kid just going to run across the street, right? Like, that's why you have to hold the kid's hand, otherwise they might run out into traffic. They don't have fear of getting hit by a car or just blindly running across the street, whereas as adults, we know better. So sometimes fear is a good thing. Sometimes fear is serving us. So part of fear is trying to understand how is that fear trying to serve us. So common types of fears around this problem of taking profits too early and not letting profits run. A fear of losing profits, a fear that your system doesn't work, fear of, being unsure of yourself, that you're not sure if you're going to be able to execute some of these trades well. Type into the chat, what are some common fears that you have around taking profits too early or allowing profits to run? Also, a common fear related to fear is having a poor relationship with money. This is one that I suffered from too for a number of years. So, what does that mean? That means that, well, for me, it meant that money's scarce, money is hard to come by, and wow, I'm seeing my P&L go up a bit. I don't want to lose that money, so let me just take the gains right off the table now, versus letting the trade do what it's going to do. And when I would see a trade start to move and then suddenly drop back down, that would trigger all kinds of fears, and it might have just been a completely natural reaction of the price movement. Nothing wrong with the trade. It's just sometimes price goes up, sometimes price goes down. That doesn't mean that it should be triggering an action. So those are the four. There's a lot more fears associated with taking profits early, but those are a few of the most common ones related to fear. Let me just scroll through the chat and see if you have if you posted anything different. Tattoo Poppy says that having the trades reversed against me, the common fear. Yep, on board with you there. Let's see. Just scrolling through here. Wanting to take trades more confidently, cutting losses. That all those things are fairly common as well. And well, we could talk about cutting losses as well. But for right now, let's stick with taking profits early and not letting them run. So another piece of not allowing your profits to run. So part of it can be tactical. And when it comes to tactical, what I mean is the planning portion of taking profits. So, and this tends to break into two separate things too. Sometimes it could be an incomplete plan, or it could be that you have way too many rules and the rules are starting to conflict with each other. So let's tackle the first one. So you've probably heard that you should plan your entries, plan where you're going to cut a loss, and plan your target. Now, a lot of people hear that, especially if you're just starting out and you set those things up and you say, okay, that's great. See you later. And I'm going to let the trade do whatever it's going to do from this point on. That tends to be a bit oversimplified, and when you're in the moment and you start to see trades moving in your favor, then they start to come back in and bounce around, that triggers all different kinds of emotions, especially when you're in a market environment that is choppy, like what we've been experiencing for much of this year, certainly for much of last year as well. So that is what I would consider having an incomplete plan, where you do have an entry, you're planning to cut your stop, and you do have a target, but it's not robust. The way to make a plan more robust is to give yourself multiple kinds of exits. There's a meme that I've posted a few times. Perhaps you've seen it. Let me know if you've seen it. The one where you have two people. They're in a movie theater, and the new trader is just focused on the movie. Meanwhile, the pro trader is looking for all the different kinds of exits. Have you seen that one? It's great. It's one of my favorites. So the idea is that just like in a movie theater, there's multiple exits all around. You need to be aware of where those exits are, and in your trades, you need to plan for multiple kinds of exits. So what's that mean? Well, you do have your where you're going to cut your loss, and you do have where you're going to take profits, but you also want to set up other types as well. So you're going to have your ultimate or your profit targets. I like to set up multiple profit targets, so scaling out into strength along the way. But I also like to plan, well, what happens if I'm looking at the price action and I'm seeing all these different kinds of danger signals, right? Like, you know, like how sometimes you start to see a certain indicator start to turn negative, or you start to see the price action starting to show weakness, things like that. Things that you can actively monitor and then start to weigh out the evidence of price starting to deteriorate. So you could set up, and this is what I do, I like to monitor these quote-unquote danger signals, and when I get a certain number of them, that will prompt an action to say, you know what, too many danger signals, let me either raise my stop aggressively or exit the trade right here. And that brings me to the other type of exit that you want to have. You want to have backstops, right? So, well, what's a backstop? Basically just raising your stop loss level. And so the idea with these backstops are that when price is progressing, you want to raise your stop to a point where if price took out that level all of a sudden, the trade would be broken. That the trend would, the pattern that you're looking at, or the trend would no longer be in the direction that you had it going. So when you add these kinds of exits to your trading, you'll find that you'll start to be locking in more gains, more profits along the way, and you'll be able to let profits run, because it's not just a binary thing where it's just like, oh, I'm either going to hit my target or I'm going to hit my loss, but you have multiple ways for the market to pay you. All right, so that's a few of the things that I would add to your plan if you don't already have it. But the other part for common tactical problems is having too many rules. Let me know if you've experienced this one. This is one that when I finally started to get on the path towards success, and I started to read guys like O'Neill, and I started to go through all of the IBD, Investors Business Daily, advanced courses. I started getting all these different kinds of rules that will help me manage my trades. I started to learn things from a few other people, and by the end of it, I had maybe about 100 or so different buy rules, at least 60 or 70 different sell rules. And then at the end of the day, when it came time to execute these rules, it was one, it's just way too much to go through. But the second part of it is sometimes I would find rules that were in direct conflict with one another, and that's no good either. So when you start to have rules that are in conflict with each other, like price is doing something, and you have some rules that tell you, oh, this is a great time to get in, but then you have other rules that are telling you, hey, you should be selling here, or price is coming in and you want to sell this, but you have another rule that tells you that you should hold. That creates all kinds of conflict in your mind and in your trading. So what you want to do with that is you want to try to simplify, and you don't want to simplify in the moment. You want to be doing this kind of work at night, or when the market's closed, or when you're not actively engaged in the trade, when the bullets are flying. You want to sit down and question every single rule that you have and try to understand, well, is this rule necessary? In what ways is this rule serving me? Can I combine this with something else? Do I need this? Can I scratch it out? Right? The simpler your rules are, and the better organized you are with your rule types, it's going to make life a lot easier. So that's in a nutshell. That's about it. That's about what I could give you in the 15 minutes or so that we have. We go a lot deeper in our coursework in my new book, the Trading Mind Wheel. If you haven't pre-ordered that, go pre-order the Trading Mind Wheel, tradingmindwheel.com. It's available everywhere books are sold: Amazon, Target, Walmart, Barnes & Noble, you name it, it's there. So go pre-order it. And if you do pre-order the book, you'll gain access to our Trading Mind Wheel conference for free. And we have loads of speakers, great topics, full day virtual conference. It's going to be incredible. So go to tradingmindwheel.com, click the link in my bio, or just go pre-order the book. You're going to love it. Last few things here. Let's scroll through the comments and see what kind of comments or questions you guys have here. Oh, and if you do want to go live with me on a future episode, I see Callie requesting to go live. Well, we don't have enough time to go live right now, but if you want to book a time, you could click the link in my bio, or if you're watching this later on, you could click the link in the description and book a time, schedule a time, and we'll be able to go live on a future episode. We're doing these Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, same time every single day. So just schedule a time, and you'll be able to write down the topics. It'll give me some time to think about it a bit more deeply and give you great answers, and we'll be able to sit here and talk for a bit. We've done this a few times, so go check out some of those recordings. Let's see. Any other last-minute questions before we wrap things up? See, question one. What is the moment on Monday? Not sure what you mean by moment, but if you're referring to the show will be on, the show is on every day, Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern. So I'm going live at the same time every day. So just hop on here and we'll be chatting. A lot of people waving hello. All right. So I think that's it for the day. So again, thank you all for joining me live. It's great here chatting with you guys. I do enjoy our time together. Hopefully you do as well. If you do and you're watching this somewhere, leave a comment, leave a review. That's going to help this get out to more people. And I'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. Happy trading. And God bless. Take care. Much love. Peace out, everybody.